They know they need to work hard in order to achieve anything. You will never think such kids can become dancers. And I saw her smile like an angel on the stage. It's just, I don't know what else a mom can wish for.
Today we're talking with Sophia Sun, a successful businesswoman from Canada and mother of 2 dancers now performing with Shen Yun. I wanted to ask her about her relationship with her kids, and we also found a few surprises along the way.
Sophia, where are you from?
I'm from China, Shanghai, be specific.
Were you born in Shanghai?
Yeah, I was born in Shanghai and brought up in Shanghai. I didn't came to Canada until 1998.
What was it like growing up in China?
Back then, everything was not so bad. And, from the surface, we still had the peace. Because I didn't go through the Cultural Revolution. During Cultural Revolution, I was still a little girl. So I didn't really have the impression. And when I was in the university, it's like everything worked out for me very good. I was recruited as a member of Chinese Communist Party in second year in the university, and I represent my school, did a lot of things, debating, compete, and whatever. So I think my life is kind of arranged right for each individual step, like how I graduate from the school, going to a big state-owned government agency. Then after 4-5 years, I moved to Canada.
Is that where your kids were born?
Yes, both of my kids were born in Canada.
What were your thoughts about like their identity as Canadian, as Chinese?
See, this is always like I'm a first generation of immigrants, right? We always have our own conflicts. First, we want to merge into like a Western society, want to be accepted, want to adopt all the cultural background. But at the meanwhile, we know we have so good Chinese traditional culture. We want our kids to extend that culture, to accept the culture, to still have the roots in Chinese culture.
What kind of connection did they have to Chinese culture growing up?
Not only Chinese culture, I believe all the traditional culture is good. We respect all the good culture. I take them to magician show. I took them to Broadway shows. Like all these things I want them to experience. But you can ask Sunni later on, the best thing she likes is still the Shen Yun show. And, this actually lasted 15 years before they joined Fei Tian School themselves. Every year they go to watch Shen Yun show, and sometimes they will back me, saying, "Mom, I don't understand that program. Can we go back and see that again?" Because Shen Yun gives you so many 舞剧, like dancing stories. Mm-hmm. And what's the best thing to teach children? It's not something abstract. It's a story. It's a good story, and you impress them and you tell them what the story is about, what's the moral standard behind that. And kids have that built in their mind. They will think, okay, it's such a beautiful story. What do I need to do to make myself become a part of that beautiful piece? That's actually how my kids got inspired, why they want to be a Shen Yun dancer.
So was there a day you said, "Mom, I want to be a Shen Yun dancer"?
My daughter, maybe when she's 6 or 7 years old, she told me, "Mommy, I want to be a Shen Yun dancer." I said, "Then you work hard." But things always deviated. My kids both they grow chubby. They grow not in dancer shape at all. But Sunni's idea is always want to be a Shen Yun dancer. And amazingly, at the age of 13, all of a sudden Sunni started to grow tall, grow skinnier. No one can expect that she will become a professional dancer. That's how hard and how miracle it is. Same as my son Ryan. You will never think such kids can become dancers. But they do. And what's driven them? It's their dream to become Shen Yun dancer. They want to be, maybe before they really got admitted to Fei Tian campus, they understand the beauty from Shen Yun. They understand to be a good person, the moral standard from Shen Yun. They want to be as nice, as kind as the characters they see on the stage. That's driven them to become a Shen Yun dancer.
Did you find yourself having conversations with them regularly growing up about what it means to be a good person and
very
what values?
Constantly.
Yeah.
If it's not daily, it's weekly. Like weekly, Sunni and I have private night. Ryan and I we don't call it private night, just hang out. And we talk about everything they can think of. So like with my kids, they never have any secrets to me because I tell them, don't hide to your mom because I'm here to support you.
Where did this idea come from?
Me and my mom have a very good relationship. So in our family, it's a heritage. And I like to talk things out. So they don't need to rebel me because we're never against each other. So I feel that's very helpful. A lot of Chinese family don't necessarily do that because they think parents has absolutely authority in the family. In my family, we're very open and everyone has their chance to talk and we listen. It's very beneficial for the long-term relationship. I help them, I support them, but I think, again, Sunny and Ryan made their own choice. They want to be part of Feitian school and they want to be part of Shen Yun dancers, and they are so happy. I mean, and those happy, it's real happiness. Like you cannot steal it with any tribulations or any difficulties. You just can't. It's part of their life joyfulness.
Would you say you were what people call a tiger mom, very strict with them and requiring them to do different things?
In two different sense. I don't call myself tiger mom, although I have high expectation to them, but I always let them to make their own decision. But I tell them my feeling, what's the right thing. Either you accept it or not, it's your own choice. But I tell you, if I were you, what I will do. But I tell them in a very peaceful, calm way. I don't force them to listen to me. I will say, based on my experience, based on my understanding of the inspiration or teaching I'm learning, I will do this. I will choose this path. So we have no conflicts between each other. It's just sometimes, because they're next generation, they think they grow up in the Western society, so they may think different from me.
What was it like for you to have both your kids in a boarding school away from home?
As mom, it's a mixed feeling from year one. Of course, especially when Sunny's gone, Ryan is still there. I miss Sunny a lot because she never really. They go to summer camp. It's a week time, and it's never that long. After 3 months, Sunny came home, and even she, as nice as she was before, she completely improved even better. I don't know how to say that. She become more considering, caring, 孝顺,
More
piety.
filial piety, respect for parents.
Yeah, respect. And it's not really just doing something. It's doing something from her heart. So she spent all her efforts, focus in the dancing studio. No one forcing her. Like she just stay behind and practice 1,000 times in front of the mirror until that gets right. That's the change we saw from her. Because before she overall is a diligent student, but never that diligent.
How do you explain 3 months comes back and her personality, the way she looks at the world changes?
That's why, again, I don't know. That's why I think Falun Dafa really changed a lot of people's life. It's just miracle.
Well, was she practicing with you before?
We constantly discussed about how the teaching is, what the philosophy behind that.
Do you meditate together, like back when she was still at home?
We do, but again, I meditate for an hour. It will be too much for a kid. I never force them to do 1 hour meditation. They do whatever they want. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, based on your comfort level. I give them much freedom so they can think on their own. They can do things on their own.
How often do you keep in touch with Sunny and Ryan now?
Very often. Sunny maybe call me every couple of days. Ryan call me every week. Like sometimes they call me together. Sometimes they call me separate. It's like a 10, 15 minutes talk every time.
Were you here visiting them now in Middletown?
Oh, that's an interesting story. It's because they got wisdom teeth need to pull out. And
both of them?
Both of them.
Both kids?
Both kids, yeah. Because Sunny's want to start to bothering her, and Ryan same things because of the distance. So I took them to the specialist last break when they come back, and the doctor recommend. In Canada, they do things different. In US, I heard you pull wisdom teeth each one time, right? But in Canada, they knock you out, put you to sleep, and extract everything
All at once. Okay.
Yeah. And the good part, I said, why Sunny and Ryan are in so good relationship. That's why I believe those little magic things. Sunny has 3 wisdom teeth. Ryan has 5. The missing teeth Sunny had was actually Ryan took that. I always think that way. So this time I brought them back and did the wisdom teeth extraction. So but I really appreciate the trip. Why I tell you, because usually it's just 15 minutes talk every week, but this trip become a 10 hours, 15 hours on the road. So we can like communicate, talk about everything in the car. So I don't mind to drive them back and forth at all, although it's a long drive for me, but I really enjoy that.
Was there anything surprising that came out of your time with them, spending so much time, anything you didn't know about their lives?
Oh, every time, like they will tell me something surprising me, even little things, because I'm a very observing mom. Like whatever they tell me, I will understand their happiness or their unhappy or some obstacles they're facing, because now they're preparing for another competition in school. They're doing their own music, they're doing own dancing arrangement. Although they cannot tell me all the details, but I understand what obstacle they're facing, what they're trying to do or do better. That type of thing, little things. Because I appreciate those small talk. Conversation doesn't need to be big. Sometimes it's just little, small, shiny points will make you feel touched or loved or encouraged. Now our relationship, I would say, rather than like a parental guidance, it's more like conversation and encouragement to each other. So I'm not guiding them. A lot of them I feel that they are actually inspiring me.
Were there times that they wanted to quit?
Never. They will have difficulties. They will feel sore because as a dancer, it's normal. So I know how tough training it is in order to make your body ready for high compete sports. Because I was an athlete when I was young as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I
What
was
did you do?
I was a diving athlete.
Are you watching the diving in the Olympics?
Yeah, I was older than them. I was probably among the first or second generation of the Chinese diver. That time, Shanghai diving, that Shanghai 跳水池 diving pool was just built. Like we're the very first diver ever in Chinese history.
How competitive were you?
I would say lots of training, lots of exercise. You don't believe that. It's I joined when I was like 4 or 5 years old, very young. And the training I go through, it's tough. That's why, no kidding, why Chinese athletes can always win gold rewards, because we train like being trained by monster. Kids will never be able to go through this. It's very tough. It's like I tell you the interesting how I learned swim. There's no, I don't say it's good or bad. I tell you how I learned swim. They told me, okay, in order to be a diver, you need to learn swim first. So come with me, and I'll show you how you can swim. So an older person just carry me on her back and to the deeper water, and just throw me there. They leave, and you have to learn how to 踏水, swim, or whatever.
Shed water.
Yeah, in order to survive. I cry. They don't come and save you. And that's how I learned. That's my first day in that swimming pool.
Sink or swim.
Yeah. But that's how Chinese people train their athletes.
Would you want your kids to go through something like that?
Being an athlete itself, or being a sports people itself, nothing is wrong with that. If you like it, do it, because that's your dream. But I think not in that tough way, and not in that harsh way, which really in Feitian College, I think teacher, train them in a very systematic and gradual way. And they don't push the kids, because again, your body is your body. You can't really push it. You can only to a certain degree, and you'll melt down. But I never saw my kids melt down. I never saw them come and crying for me. Okay, mommy, I'm dying. No, it never happened.
What kind of challenges do they have right now?
Say Ryan, he's very flexible, but he's lack of strength. So he wants to jump higher and do better. So that will go through some muscle training. He wish he can be better. When we joke around, he always said that's all mom's fault because she didn't give me that gene. But we joke around, say the same. But they know they need to work hard towards it. And Sunny, she's banjiang, or like a leader in her class, in addition to her own academic and dancing life, which is already busy. So I think that actually gives Sunny a lot of opportunity to be like a good team leader.
What about Ryan? What changes have you seen in him?
Oh, Ryan, because he's a little brother, everyone takes care of him, and especially Sunny takes care of him. So he never worried. He was not that responsible before he joined Shen Yun. Have to buy him like 10 hats. When he lose all of them in no time, he has like expensive watch. I stopped buying him expensive watch because he lost them everywhere. Like he lost his cell phone twice. He lose things everywhere. But after joining Shen Yun, I think he's very responsible. And in Shen Yun, his role is, in the classroom, he needs to, when they do the dancing practice, he needs to take care of the props. Props is little things. You can't misplace them. You can't find it. So what do you do with the next performance? So Ryan become very responsible now. I can see when he comes home, he tidy up everything behind him. Before, his bedroom is so messy and I can't even use the vacuum because everything is on the ground. Now it's so clean, so clear. He organized everything. He knows where to find his stuff. He even helped me to do some housework when he come home. That never happened before.
You haven't told me much about your husband. What did he feel about the kids going over to New York and leaving the home, becoming dancers?
Wow, that's a whole another story I can talk about 2 hours, but I try to make it brief.
Sure.
My husband didn't start to practice in Falun Dafa until Ryan went to Feitian College, because the trigger is really he saw the changes from Ryan. Before we live harmoniously, even though he's not a Falun Gong practitioner. Sunny was good to start with, even though she become even better. That didn't really impact him or have good influence on him. It's Ryan, because Ryan before, he's a very cool, we call cool guy. He doesn't care about good marks. He doesn't care about being top, or all he care about is being okay, pass level, stay cool, have friends, good at sports, that type of thing. So nothing wrong with that. But in Chinese family, usually you want your kids to be up there, to be good at your study. And, that's my husband's expectation anyway. But Ryan was never to his kind of expectation, but we accept it as a parent, especially my husband. He just think his son is like that, so he we never force kids. That's the good part. Even though he may not 100% satisfied, he doesn't force Ryan. But after Ryan went to Shen Yun, again everything changed. So his change is even more dramatic comparing to Sunny. Because Sunny was like, say, at 90 to start with. So become 95 will not seems that huge of change. But Ryan's at 60 and then become 90 and become more caring, become more responsible, become more hardworking. And my husband saw the change. And he was so touched. He said, oh my gosh, Falun Dafa is really amazing. Shen Yun is really amazing. Feitian Academy School is really amazing. That's how he get rid of his sort of prejudice with our practice and start to open the heart and try to understand us more from that perspective. And gradually he himself become practitioner. So that's the huge change.
What was it like for you the first time sitting in the audience watching your kids on stage?
Oh my gosh, I was in tears. I can use the full tissue box for that. Because it's just amazing. I never expected she can dance that well. And I still remember she's in the center of the stage. She's so easy to be spot. And like my eyes just can't take away from her. And I know, but I was in tears, of course, because I know how much effort she put into that from yesterday's her to her standing on the stage, it's very touching. It's touching. It's not because she become such a great performer, because I know how much effort she put into that. It's not easy. And I know she wants to be a Shen Yun dancer for so many years. And it's eventually dream come true. And I saw her smile like an angel on the stage. It's just, I don't know what else a mom can wish for. It's just my greatest life achievement. Just because I can almost see how much effort she put into that. It's not easy job at all, because I was athlete at all. I know any sports, you need to achieve that level. There's tons of painful going behind that, exercise behind that. It's not easy at all. It's not like, okay, they look beautiful on the stage. It's really hard work. And when I mean hard work, it's hard work. I know how much hard work it is. That's why, I have the joys, but also I feel for her.
Yeah. I mean, as you're watching, do you feel like you can take a little bit of credit for her achievement?
I guess I can, but you should ask Sunny that question, if I can't take any credit from her.
Winning first place and also becoming a more prominent dancer, did it change her in any way?
I don't feel that. I don't know, because no, at least Sunny didn't make me feel that way. She's still her. She's still telling me she doesn't coordinate that well. She needs to do better. I don't understand dance, but she tell me the past is endless. You can always do better comparing to yesterday's you. So maybe I guess dance is like that. But to me, it's already good. Like, she can only do the gesture I can never imagine, right?
What do your friends in Canada think about your kids being in Shen Yun?
It's different between Western parents and Chinese parents. As Chinese parents, you always want your kids to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be academically successful, to make a lot of money. So when Sunny was first admitted to Feitian school, they all feel shocked, because Sunny was such a good student. If she finished AP, go to a good university or college, there will be a bright future. They all think Sunny will have a great career path. So why you allow her to choose arts as her career? They just won't understand. But Sunny and Ryan, they're different. I bet, okay, you will say dancing, you can maybe dance to 35, 40 at most, right? But after that, what do? They can do anything they want, because they have the right attitude towards their life, and they know they need to work hard in order to achieve everything. So I have no doubt, after they finish this dancer's life, when they move on to their new career, they can do anything good, because their foundation is so solid. So that's Chinese parents. And now, after a couple of years, when they see both Sunny and Ryan are a great dancer, all my friends went to see Shen Yun show, see my kids, because they did perform in my city as well a couple of times. So they all saw my kids, and they just won't believe that, because they saw how chubby they were before. How they like turn into something completely, a person completely different. They all feel happy for me. And for Western parents, I think it's more easy to understand, because Western family never really not that focused on academics. They always focus on what kids want to do. And they align with me that they know Chinese culture. They know, like, Chinese parents don't like their kids to develop in the arts direction. But then they will say, oh, you're a great mom, because you let your kids do what they want to do.
Have you had a chance to see the campus, to be at the headquarters?
Yeah. I did, because when I dropped them, I get to see the school. And when my Sunny graduates from the high school, I was invited to her graduation. I was so touched, because Sunny gave a sort of a graduation speech. Amazing. And they have all the kids' pictures showing on the big screen. All kids, every kids who graduate, they have picture before and after, and how they doing academically or dancing or musician wise. It's very touching.
Was your husband with you at the time?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what did he think?
He was crying. You believe it or not, as a daddy, he was crying. Yeah, very, see kids, it's like, even though we don't live with them like other parents on daily basis, but we know they're in good hands because someone is using heart, really taking care of them. And someone is showing them a very good and very good life path.
Have you ever seen them perform on tour? I know some parents will sometimes surprise their kids.
Oh, no, they call me cheesy mom because I always do cheesy things. I send them birthday gift and I, with those beautiful wording. And last year, it's last year, they were touring in Europe. And I happened to have a business meeting in Europe. So I detoured to German and I show up at the backstage. I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them at all. I just show up at the backstage and hug them. I mean, Ryan, I remember Ryan saw me first. Ryan stood there 2 minutes, literally, like maybe not 2 minutes, 1 minute, literally standing there, not sure what to say. He just like there, so dumbfounded. And eventually he said, "What are you doing here?" Yeah. So I like to do those things for them because they work so hard. And I know even though they said, "Oh, don't come," or don't interrupt us or whatever.
Don't embarrass us.
Don't embarrass. From their bottom of the heart, they are so happy to see me. Yeah, they're happy.
Do they do cheesy things too?
Yeah. They give me Mother's Day gift every time, and they make sure father, because my husband cooks and he cooks really well, and get me a good dinner, a birthday dinner, and a birthday cake. He said it's from him and Sunni and Ryan, so they always arrange surprise for me. Yeah, it's like in my family, I remember everyone's birthday. We celebrate everyone's birthday. Even though when Sunni and Ryan, they're at the campus, they can't spend birthday together with us. We always buy cake. We always eat noodle, and we send them pictures.
So you have the cake in Toronto for their birthday without them?
Yes. Okay. We always do that. Okay, that's the one excuse being I like cake, right?
Sure. I think if we're on tour in Toronto, I'll definitely try to stop by and find some good cake.
Yeah, please let me know, and I'll tell you what's the best cake stores in Toronto.
It's a deal.
Yeah.
It's really good to talk to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.